What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So, here we are today, the games against Tirana? God knows, but that's what we're playing today. Transfer history wise, we've only brought the one guy in since I last saw you. Elsewhere there are a few more additional loans, but pretty much you knew about the only main transfer anyway. Otherwise it's just I'm sort of looking what's out on the market in our price range, and I'm not currently seeing too much. But I'm seeing a few people, so I'm not completely ruling any new transfers out. But yeah, let's go into the game. So away from home first, 5,746 people are going to be here today for the match, and yeah, I'm hoping for a win. They did beat Maribor narrowly, but I feel we're better than Maribor, and we do need to step it up from our last disappointing games against Shamrock Rovers and need to get our first win in 90 minutes in the Champions League. I'm surprised it's taken us 2 games. Team for today is Cox in goal, Perez right back, Bakayoko and Meti at centre back, with Muster at left back. Right mid is Carragher, centre mid Merbaraku and Morello, and left mid is Carlos, and up front is Sanogo and Giselle. So I was looking at his name, I was like, Merola sounds, I think Merola's better. I'll go Merola if I can remember. And the bench is Edwards, Amari, Clark, Baru. I don't know really know how to pronounce this guy's name. But he's the long left centre attacking mid who I play left mid. I decided I'd rather register him because basically we have a lot of injuries right now, and I was like, okay, what we'll do is we'll unregister Marcos Lopez right now, and then we'll probably re-register him in the group stages. Well, obviously we'll register him in the group stages, but there was no real point of us having a registered injured player, because we can just re-register again after this stage of the competition. So I put that guy in as a backup left mid, and I decided I'll go with one backup striker. It was between basically this guy and Tom Higgins, and I went with the guy I've currently picked. And elsewhere on the bench we have Moens, Evans and Silvio. Bench or suspended people anyway, or people who can't play, are Armada, who is out suspended currently, of course, with his red in the last match, and Sidibe, who is out for an additional 10 days to 2 weeks, so he'll be missing this tie. I probably should have unregistered him as well, but the thing is with registering Sidibe and Lopez is a backup player, hasn't really played too much for the sides, not too many shocks. I unregistered Sidibe. Oh, why have you left him out of the team? Is he leaving your side? All these speculations come up and it can upset a player. So that's why I didn't do it to him, but I was more than happily willing to do it to Lopez. Because like I say, if he's dropped out, he's just a backup youth player anyway, and there's no big controversy of why he's no longer in the squad selection. But yeah, let's go today. One debutant, one number got to be given out, and he can get number 7. Merola going in the advanced player maker role today. Now that won't be what he normally plays, but I feel with the squad selection we currently have out there, it's probably best to go with that. That's what I feel anyway. It's probably best to go with that today. So they predict a win, but they predicted the win for us in the last game. I think they did. Definitely the home game they predicted the win. I think it was a draw for the Shamrock Rovers game. But I believe both of us will be have relatively the same match fitness. I believe both of our teams have winter seasons, so hopefully, I think that maybe that's what got Shamrock Rover the advantage they had, or what looked like an advantage, or made them play better, was the fact that they were match fit and on form. Right now we're playing 2 teams that don't really know what their form's going to be for the season. We've injured one of their players, but time is flying by and there's been no highlight. I can't calculate that. Why has there been no highlight? There's a half chance, but it wasn't highlight worth. We were playing a lot better in this game, a lot more dominant, and that's good. That's what we should have been doing in the Shamrock game. But, of course, we didn't. But, yeah, no highlight yet. Not even a highlight at kickoff. There you go. Now there's a highlight 40 minutes into the game, and it looks like it's going to them. As a little bit of good build-up play. Meti with a good challenge. It's cleared forward. Poor defending from them has meant Dugel is forward. Bursting forward. Still going, and tamed effort, really, at the goalkeeper. Somehow that wasn't a clear opportunity. It looked pretty clear-cut to me. But either way, he missed it. Just dead straight at the keeper. A little bit of height to it, but that was it. And that isn't going to really trouble him, because it was at head height. So I don't really know what to do. You know what? Do what you're going to do, Barker, because I'd probably say I wasn't too happy with that. But I feel I've said that before in the last game, and I don't want it to lose effectiveness. Because then when we are playing badly, it won't have the desired effect of actually turning the performance around. You never want to repeat yourself too much in team talks if you can avoid it. So 54 minutes into the game, we're getting our second highlight, or what isn't a second actual highlight. Giselle going forward, decent long shot. Wasn't a bad effort, but it was from range. Therefore, you know, it was always going to be difficult to curl it in. Carlos having a bit of a stinker out there. I think I'm going to take Carlos off, and we will bring on that youngster at left mid, El Habib. Was it El Habib? Is that his name? Nope. We're going to have an injury instead, so I'm going to make 2 subs anyway. We're going to bring Bart Moens on, and we're going to also bring El Habib on for Carlos. And we'll go out there with that. 2 substitutions. Hopefully, Daniel Merola is not out for too long. Because, of course, 7.5 million, the most expensive transfer ever at the club's history. We definitely don't want him getting injured long-term in the first 55 minutes of his career. And now they're bringing the ball in. Looked pretty dangerous, but it's been cleared away. Now they're going to create a counter-attack. Sonogo is running through. No one's around him. He's going to go all the way, surely. Sonogo does go all the way, no doubt about it. First click opportunity of the game, and we find the back of the net. Well done, Gibraltar United. Sonogo getting his first goal. Is it his first goal? I can't remember if he scored earlier. I say earlier, it was early in the day I recorded it. But yeah, Sonogo scores either way, giving us a 1-0 lead and what could be a vital away goal. And by how this game's panned out so far, you know, with neither of, well, any real highlights really. You know, not like we're getting loads of click opportunities. In fact, been quite wasteful up front. 18 shots, only 5 on target though. It's not too great. Any more subs that I want to make? Well, Bart Moens has picked up an injury. Thanks for that. You know, we really needed another injury to the centre mid role with Sidibe out and the other guy out. It could even mean Dan Evans starts the next game if they're both actually sustainable injuries or sustained like long-term injuries. Either way, Giselle forward, trying to find Sonogo in these last few minutes of the game. Sonogo doubles our lead, and there we go. That should be us comfortably through to the next round of the competition. He did score in the previous game. This is his 3rd goal of the season. He scored in the second leg, didn't he? I couldn't quite remember, but Sonogo, it looked like quite an appalling first touch, but the keeper just let the ball glide past him, and as a result, it actually turned into a perfect first touch, because it had the power and distance on it to get past the keeper, but still allow a good angle for the shot. So, yeah, either way, it's going to be a good angle. I mean, he was so close to the goal. Yeah, late goal from us, and like I say, I feel personally that's us through. You know, that should be us 1 foot in the playoffs. And then, you know, just that, and also 1 foot in group stage football, which is of course good. Still want to be aiming for the Champions League, but I feel if we were to get Europa League group stage football, we would actually have a really good chance of going to at least the quarterfinals in the Europa League. I'd say we're that good now; we could be aiming for that. So I wouldn't, you know, obviously I wouldn't be happy if I wouldn't be unhappy. I wouldn't be too happy if we got Europa League football. I mean, I'd be quite disappointed probably actually. But then we can always look at the positives and be like, yeah, we can get that. But we shouldn't really think about that. We've still got 90 minutes to go through in our next match. So yeah, I'll end this here. Meet you guys back in a second for the second leg, which should just be a pretty standard victory for us, hopefully. Alright guys, so we're back at Europa Point. We're finally playing our first game in Europe this season at Europa Point. Not even a capacity stadium though. Doesn't quite add up that. I mean it does because they're a smaller team, but I mean come on. I'm sure we'd be able to pull in 10k people. But yeah, 9,983, not a sellout. But yeah, let's go into the team selection. So one change, Armada leaves the side and instead we have Armada comes back into the side, I'd say, and we have Romo Perez dropping to the bench. Bakayoko keeps his place in the team. And the reason for that is because apparently, according to reports of my assistant, Bakayoko is actually our best centre-back in the team right now. So let me check that. I'm going to check something quickly. I'm actually thinking maybe Vincent Matti. I think we might take Vincent Matti out, actually, and we'll put Romo Perez into the team. So yeah, Romo Perez will keep his place in the team, actually, and Matti will drop to the bench. But apart from that, it's the same starting 11 that went out in the previous game. No sustained injuries. One thing we can actually do is put Francois Redot on the bench. But yeah, let's go. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can get out of this game. So, yeah, they say we should score a few goals today and we should win the game. That is the journalist. So, let's hope that he's right. You know, most of the times it seems like they are. Although, I mean, whenever we win, normally they're against us. But then again, they can't really help that because we do beat bigger teams. And yeah, I'm hoping for maybe a 3-goal margin today. Be nice at home. you know, in the big stadium, Europa Point, which will hopefully be a second home to me. Well, it pretty much is, you know, since Gibraltar United constantly play there. But I mean, as me as the managing individual, hopefully this will be my second home with Gibraltar, the national team, soon. So Giselle to Sonogo. Oh, he somehow hit the crossbar from that range. I don't know how, but he's thumped the rebound in. Sonogo now with his 3rd goal in 2 games against just Tirana, and his 4th goal of the season. Let's hope Sonogo can get a hat-trick today. It'd be nice. You know, he had a brilliant goal-scoring record before he'd even got into the Champions League group stages. So, you know, if we can get him on that run of form again, you know, surely he'll, you know, do well again in the Europa League, in the Champions League group stages, I should say. Sonogo, there we go, 2-0. Sonogo, 2nd goal of the game. It's only taken him 25 minutes to get that, 26 according to the stats, and actually they're probably correct this time because it is past 30 seconds. But yeah, Sonogo getting his 2nd of the game, and there you go, looking very dominant, as I would expect for us at home. One thing I've noticed from this game is Cox has not been tested yet from either game so far, and of course he made them shocking mistakes in the 2nd qualifying phase, so I kind of want him to get tested so I can actually see he can physically fucking save decent chances at him. Gary Grant on that right-hand side, plays it into Sonogo. Sonogo hat-trick, what a shot. Hitting the crossbar and then narrowly creeping beyond the post as it came back down. It scored a hat-trick in half an hour. And again, it's harsh to call it half an hour, but apparently it is. What a beautiful strike. Even in slow motion, it doesn't look slow. So yeah, Sonogo. Let's keep scoring Sonogo. Come on. 5-0, we can get 5 more and get double figures for the first time in the Champions League. Carragher's picked up a slight knock. He'll be fine to carry on for now, but he'll probably have to come off near the end. Well, actually, yeah, there's no real point risking Carragher. So what we'll do is we'll take him off now, and we will bring on... we'll bring on Silvio, I guess, as the right midfielder. Give the youngsters some minutes. One thing as well, talking about youngsters, we've currently got a loan bid for Higgins, which is one of the players I spoke about at the very start of this, about, you know, selecting my squad registrations. We had a loan offer for him come in from Morton, who are currently in the League 2 of the Scottish Football League. I mean, League 1, sorry, the Scottish Football League. I'm not actually sure where they are in real life. Are Morton the team bottom of League 2 or League... No, bottom of League 1 is Sterling in real life. Bottom of the Championship, are they? I can't remember. I think it was last year actually. Morton were doing shocking in a division, but yeah, in real life, in the game they're in League 1, so I think that's a decent level. They've just been relegated from the Championship as well into League 1, so I think there's a good chance for Higgins to go out, play first team football, and play for a good team where he should get some success. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see. I'll sort of monitor him just like I did with Lopez and just see how he does. If he's not doing well, we'll probably call him back. But yeah, you know, I'm happy that at least one of my youngsters or some of them are going to be going out and getting first team football. You know, it doesn't really matter what level to me. As long as they're getting first team football, they're going to be developing a little bit more than if they were here. So I probably should have made some subs throughout this game because we've got some shatter players out there. But we'll make the subs now either way. We'll bring Dan Evans on. We'll give him a little cheeky appearance. And Carlos again is having another bad performance out there. I don't know what it is. Maybe they just got a right back who can mark him really well. I don't quite know because he struggled out there. And I have been looking at a new left midfielder as well. And but he was out of my price range. Like the team I was bidding, which was Newcastle, I was actually after him from there. Newly promoted to the Premier League, Newcastle in this save. And yeah, the guy I was trying to bid for was like a bit player. He played like 4 times for them in the past 2 years in the Championship, and they wanted 9 million for him. I was like, no, fuck that. I was like, he's a good player, but he's not that good. He's not 9 million's worth good. He's not record signing good. Why is Bakayoko's ability currently gone back down again? See, what's going on there? Put Meti back in the team. Oh no, Bakayoko looks decent. I mean, he's not got the vision, the technique, the aerial ability lets him down, I guess. What are you currently training on? Jump reach, good. We'll get Perez actually to take you under his wing. We'll get you improving with a bit of tutoring, I reckon, Bakayoko. But yeah, another clean sheet for Cox. That's the second in as many games. And also through to Champions League playoffs, which of course is great. I've got friendly against Cannons coming up. I have to do that, of course, due to the affiliation with them. Set new gate receipt record. Wow. That's actually a little surprising. 240k, and of course I think the main reason for that is because, you know, in the Champions League group stages, we can't actually fill our stadium. You know, 2,000 people, and there's only going to be a limit you can make off 2,000 people. So, you know, it's a rarity that we never play a Europa Point beyond this. And for whatever reason as well, in the playoffs, we never seem to really max out our stadium. Now, Higgins has actually got a bid here, 2,400. When's his contract run out? End of this season. I'm not actually interested in that, mate. I think he's got another year or two left before I consider either selling him or actually, you know, keeping him at this team for a while. The friendly against Cannons, I will play that, and I'll probably play a weakened team because it'll be, I think, a few days. Actually, no, it won't be before. I won't have to play a weakened team for that game. But there's a Champions League playoffs. We've been seeded, so that means we can possibly get Botev, Batty, Dynamo, Slovan Bratislav, and Linfield. Obviously, I want Linfield, but I'm not too fast. I think we can beat any of them. Well, we've got the beating of any of them. So Shakhtar plays Batty. Hooks on BATE. We're not going to get Linfield. Not going to get that team from Bulgaria. We're going to get Dynamo. Yet again, we find ourselves playing Dynamo. We just can't seem to avoid them. Gotta love Dynamo. Oh, Dinamo. Sorry, Dinamo. It's pronounced like that. So, having played them... Wait, what? Why? Oh, it's 2018. So I was like, what? How come we've played them this year? It's 2028. I've only played them 2 years ago. On that occasion, we luckily got through on penalties. The first ever time we'd won on penalties, of course, in this. Or I think you've seen me win on penalties. I may have won on penalties before then. But yeah, we narrowly got through on that occasion. Of course, we've grown so much since then. In fact, let's look at the starting lineup of that penalty shootout winning day at in Croatia. Cox is still with the team, and he will be captain for that game. But Fran Benitez is no longer here. We've got the same two centre-backs and left-back, new right midfielder, new centre midfielder, and a new striker. Oh, I say new striker. Giselle was at the squad, I believe, at this time, but he wasn't able to feature or able to register. But yeah, we've actually got pretty much the same bulk of the team. Just hopefully them few new players here and there will give us that little bit difference we'll be looking and aiming for. So... yeah, should be 2 good games there. We're considered favourites for the home tie. What about the away tie? I think it'll be Dinamo. Yeah, it is. We're given the same odds home and away, actually. Just swapped around favourites. So, yeah, should be a good game, hopefully. And big reliance on that home leg, I think. We need to be keeping a clean sheet there, if at all possible. So, yeah, next time we're back will be then. We'll hopefully have the Pepe Reyes Cup as well, won by that time. So, until then, guys, peace out.